on episode 27, Errand of Mercy. Okay, I thought the story of this episode was pretty meh, but the costumes were on point.
Hi, Jason. I'm Lieutenant Commander Ray. Welcome to my Star Trek safe haven. I've been following your journey for a little while as you watch through Star Trek for the first time, starting with the original series. I love it when new people get into Star Trek. So I want this message to find you with good intention. And I'm going to try and speak as plainly as possible. I believe that there's great learning opportunity in Star Trek. In fact, that's absolutely Gene's original intention, is for us to watch the show not just for entertainment, but also to learn from an entertainment aspect or reflection of our own being. If you watch the episode Errand of Mercy and thought that the story was meh, but you like the costume, you missed the point. Myself and the other members of the Acting Captain podcast actually included it in one of our episodes regarding the nature of the Federation and its imperialistic qualities. In regard to specifically Errand of Mercy, a good, I would say, 10 to 15 minutes of this episode is dedicated to us discussing how one of the main ideas of the episode Errand of Mercy is to teach us how patriotism can be dangerous. It isn't always, but it absolutely can be. I've re-listened to this episode and edited down a snippet where we're discussing Errand of Mercy. It's about 2 minutes long. I'm going to include it here. Definitely encourage you or anyone else watching this video, if you haven't listened to this podcast or haven't watched the episode Errand of Mercy, I definitely suggest it.
I think you're totally right, Lily, with the patriotism. One of the biggest problems that I think we see in Star Trek as people talk about the Federation and just act in general is that Starfleet officers, we spend most of our time with Starfleet officers, are incredibly sentimental. But that also is really dangerous because it's very emotional. Kirk's sentimentality about the Federation and about his experiences as a soldier, he calls himself a soldier in this situation when it's like, no, you're the captain of the Enterprise. You are, in fact, a diplomat, sir. I'm sorry. You get this emotional attachment to the Federation that makes you kind of override your morals sometimes and your principles and in pursuit of the greater good. This very sentimental rhetoric about the good of people and how people are so important. And when Kirk encounters the Organians, who have zero interest in anything that the Federation offers, he finds that offensive. And he, like Core, is disgusted by their passivity.
He was almost so patriotic that he was a little bit begging them. He was like, why won't you let us do this for you? And then by the end of the episode, Spock says, you've been quiet since we got back. And he was like, I was a little bit he almost was taken back by his own patriotism, because he's like, I was mad that they wouldn't let us fight this war that I didn't want to have to fight in the first place. He's like, why won't you let me show how patriotic I am? It's not your right to stop us. If you guys want to be non-corporeal pacifists, do your thing. Be here, do whatever you want. But you shouldn't be stopping us from doing what we want to do, even though they were clearly doing the best thing for both of them. There's no reason for you guys to die. You're never going to change our minds.